ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old God sees sleigh. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old God sees sleigh. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old God sees sleigh. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old God sees sleigh. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Starting a tiny bit early, technically. By 2 minutes. Gotta find ourselves. We gotta go find ourselves a live game to watch. I'm not gonna play because I'm a little low energy. Sorry. Oh, there's a lazy boy. Sasha Mirror. Jess versus James McCloud. Zavadu. Things been slow at Teal HQ, but we all turn on our PCs when we get the call that our King of Cobalt Ice is streaming. So like Cobalt Ice, that's nice. I think... Oh, it's Fog. Never mind. These are both Fog. And the decision is made for me. We're going standard. It's time to judge live players. Now, Grim in live is real rough. Especially against someone that's got movement bonuses against him. Because it's very easy to just kind of die. By a whole bunch of like Jess first strikes. Played Lazy Boy and Fog yesterday and won. Davadu wrecked you in Fog a week ago. Davadu's pretty good. Sup, King Rex? Sup? Ooh, we got the first tank. James McCloud coming out swinging. Ends this capture. Threatens this capture. Seems like a good tank buy to me. It makes this infantry in particular really sad. Yeah, so we can go in for this interrupt like this, but it does die for it. And it sets up this tank to either kill off this infantry once it follows up the interrupt, or to interrupt the comm tower capture. So it's a really good tank buy. Oh, wow. I think I probably would have just stayed there and kept capturing. But it could be that Grim is feeling like it's really difficult to get another infantry over here. I'm just going to try and keep this guy alive. Yet you got demolished as Jess. Well, it can happen if it's a good Grim. I mean, the infantry fights should go in Grimm's favor. Wow. There'll be a trade for an infantry, a city for a city, because this one isn't getting capped at this point. Grimm trying to keep the econ low. I'm sorry, Mega Man, I don't remember. Too many recons could do it too, for sure. That's true. The day limit does add another factor to all the games. What up, Subby? Yeah, the tiebreakers. Oh man, this tank doesn't have a great way of coming in to defend this comm tower. At least, I guess Jess is overloading the tank. Like, it would love to hit this infantry, but it would love to stop the comm tower forever even more. The tank in 2 turns doesn't even make it to defend this. So, Grimm just gets to kill this tree off for free. Grimm mechs moving out. I mean, Grimm mechs are pretty much fine, because as long as they're in a chain like this or guarding other units, they still get that really strong first strike. They don't really like being hit anyway. So, they do better at what mechs normally do. And they do worse at what mechs normally do worse at. No, it was a bonk, not a boop. And Grimm knocks you all the way down to 3 health. It's brutal. Doesn't even have to have the tank stick around. The infantry will just come over and interrupt this. Fortunately, this tank isn't able to just bounce between this comm tower and the city, because that would be potentially nasty. So Jess will get this. Ooh, we have an artillery come out. Artillery are pretty good against mechs. They'll one-shot these mechs for sure. Maybe not on the mountain. Otherwise. Okay, Grimm is uninterested in putting a lot, or rushing to capture this comm tower. Personally, I think that having this infantry go for the comm tower looks a lot better to me, because this guy can just be the follow-up to go for this city. And if you get the comm tower, I mean, 40% attacks, of course, very nice, but it also immediately sets you up to go for this city. That's a lot of pressure. And if it comes to it, like, you start the capture here, and Jess just kind of says, okay, whatever, you get that city, but doesn't move anything in that vicinity, you can always interrupt your capture to start taking this Jess city and just get a free city flip to get the comm tower later. As long as these mechs are together like this and there's only one thing that can attack them, they should be relatively invincible. Oh, I didn't see that. I thought this was guaranteed for sure. I did not see the infantry attacking from the mountain. Very nice. Well done. Grimm's got a very nice understanding of this map. Which can be a very big advantage if maps have specific openings that are really good. I know. Confidence, indeed. Oh yeah, once there's 2 things that can attack, if both mechs get attacked, then they're sad. If like an anti-air comes up and just kills one mech, as long as the other mech can come over and take the anti-air out, then they're doing great. Ooh, the Jess mech. The sacred Jess mech. I've had lots of success with Jess mechs in the past. They still, I mean, they hit as hard as a 9 health mech would hit, which is pretty good. I think we're doing well. We're doing well. This James McLeod guy is a pretty strong Grim so far. It could be cost effective to go. I mean, the recons are just sad when the tanks show up, but you can get a lot of harassment if you got good movement options for the recons. They can hit multiple fronts. I know, Fluffy. You're very fast. You share the stream on the stream. Wow, that was a... This is a weird play to me. I mean, the mech just gets nuked, and then the tank can interrupt, and then the infantry can just block, so that this mech can't hit the tank. And then the top tower still gets captured too. Very weird. It could be that they just don't see the infantry block, and they think that the tank goes for this interrupt, they'll always get the hit with the mech. I think I would prefer... I mean, it's fine. Personally, I think I would prefer to have the infantry just stand here, so that if Grim wants to hit it with this mech, the mech would have to be on the road. As is, Grim might try and go for a Hail Mary and have like the 3 health infantry and the 1 health mech kill off this 4 health infantry to get this mech strike. Although it doesn't seem too profitable to me overall. I'm surprised this mech survived at 1, but I guess that's just because Jess didn't have the comm tower yet. I think Jess is pretty good in base light. His base light usually means more vehicles. That was a weird place to attack from with the infantry. I would have attacked from over here for many reasons. And now attacking with it doesn't even make sense, because you just kill it off with that guy. Like chains be back. It looks like Jess is just going to give up this top left corner, which is very good for Grim. And Grim does have a 3k income lead right now, which is very respectable. Kirby, which, you mean tier 2 and standard, or tier 2 fog or high funds? Because I think tier 2 standard is pretty decent. I think tier 2 fog could definitely use some help. I have no idea about tier 2 high funds. Yeah, tier 2 fog needs help. I think Sammy does a lot for tier 2 standard. She's definitely the weakest, but she has a lot of variance. Yeah. I hope Grit gets demoted too. He'll struggle. He'll definitely be kind of like Sammy, but weaker in tier 2 fog. But it'll be something for the specialists to work on. Yeah, Sammy's like tier 4. Sometimes tier 3 in fog. Sammy's bad. I don't know about bad, but it's difficult to play. Well, if you want, you can always play Commander Wars. There you can play a whole bunch of different COs, including custom COs. You won't have like ranked play, but you'll get to play around with COs and custom units if you want. It's true. Olaf dominates tier 2 fog right now. And Grit isn't the worst against Olaf. Kindle sometimes gets bumped into tier 2. She can't really hang with them on most maps, but sometimes base light maps with like very forced fighting around cities and stuff, she'll make it to that tier 2 level. You could probably get away with Grit in tier 3. I mean, I got him put into tier 4 for the fog tournament. Hasn't won a game. Now, I don't think that map's very good for Grit. I have not seen Walker's commentary on me. I need to watch the stream. Was he throwing shade my way? Was Walker throwing hands? Walker does have a lot of... Well, I don't know if Walker has a lot of fog hate. He does have some fog hate. He said, I'm never getting my tile? Well, we'll see. He's throwing hands. Hey, Gonzin. What tier would Grit be in high funds fog? I mean, there's a tier list for high funds fog on the in the charts here. The tile I was asking for was a forest tile that doesn't hide. That's all it was. There's other tiles that are more fun, like an income generating tile that has 0 defense stars or like negative defense stars tiles. But the one I was asking for with a forest, exactly a forest that just doesn't hide. More maps with teleport tiles. No, I don't like the vehicle only tile so much. Because it needs to not you don't want to have new mechanics. Thank you, Content. It was given by I forgot his name. Like burnt woods, or we can make it rough terrain if the woods would be too confusing. Pumpy Heart gave me a bunch of thumbnails to use. Captural Black Crystal. Yeah, and that the more gimmicky stuff I think wouldn't be something we would want to bring in. There's got to be that focus on competitive play. I think if you want the more gimmicky stuff, then head over to like Commander Wars, where you'll have more custom content. Yeah, I like the lab tile that Reboot Camp has. We can't just like replace the lab we have, but we could make a new tile that does the same thing. Yeah, it's just woods that don't hide you in fog. So that fog maps have another tile that they can use that has, you have 2 defense stars. It would slow movement, and hopefully the maps won't be just planes upon planes upon planes. You don't think H-Fog tier list is ever going to change? I mean, it might. It was definitely still an evolving thing at the time. No, Burnt Woods would have 2 defense stars. You're still having the trees defend you. You're just not hidden by the leaves. Nine COs in tier 2. It's starting to stall out, but Grim's up by 4K, which is very nice. Quickly look at this list. Yeah, there. Oh, you guys can't see it in the chat. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that right now. Well, I can turn off the chat. Let's see, 1 second. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dang. Rachel got put into tier 2? Wow. Estonia in tier 3. She was definitely dominating tier 4. Sammy tier 4. Sasha tier 4. Sad days. Yeah, tier 1's the problem tier in High Funds Fog. It's kind of a problems tier in just High Funds. So. Why is Nell tier 1 in High Funds? What is this? Nonsense. Back chat. The weirdest tier forever. You wish there was more cosmetic terrain. I mean, they've clearly shown the ability to do that because they had a whole tournament with custom terrain tiles. You call it ruins. I also had a bunch of bugs, yeah. Bugs Eagle surprise features, more fun. Big old standoff here. I guess the map's really just like split in two, but Jess is a little behind in the capture. One of the bugs was when you used weather, you lost the custom terrain. Oh no! I mean, I think base light fog is just real rough in general, so I can understand why you feel like those are similar. Look at the strategy that opens up. You change what the whole map looks like. There's nothing they can do about it. He likes the simplicity. Was that tier list? Whenever you see Grim, you always root for him. James McLeod is doing well. Is that Fox McCloud's dad? I don't remember what Fox McCloud's dad's name was. Star Fox. It is, yes? Okay. I guess you can see it because his dad had the sunglasses, right? Big step forward. The rocket. Rocket's definitely a spicy buy. It does stop this capture. Potentially forever. That Star Fox. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just needs +3 movement. And the tanks can get there. I guess the tanks can break through this pipe team though, so. Or the anti-air can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. I guess we're not going that route though. No easy way to get that amount of charge. Would have been nice though. Tanks would come through, 2 smacks over here, kill off a copter. Could Killing off the copter might be gutsy. Who knows? Star Fox's name was Gray Fox? I thought his name was just Fox. He's Fox McCloud, right? It's a little weird that his name is just Fox, but his dad's name is James. What's your quick question? Why was Normandy taken out? All maps eventually get rotated out, but they'll usually come back in eventually as well. Gray Fox is a legendary thief in, is it Skyrim? There's Oblivion. Ah. See, I knew it was one of the Elder Scrolls. Oof. Oof. Is that a roll, or does Grim always get that kill? It's a very slight roll. Grim almost always gets that kill. Get the cool cowl. That boosts your stealth stats like. It might not even be worth it going in for the artillery here, but it's okay. Yes, Marengo, Chosen, and Quota were once not in the queue. That's correct. And Quota's new to me. All maps all Global League maps will get rotated in and out. Some stick around for a long time before getting rotated out. And all global maps only have 3 tiers played on them. Sometimes those 3 tiers get shuffled around. They're always limited to 3 tiers. I don't know why. I think that might have been a limitation problem at one point, and it's always been that way since. When I started my my Global League adventures, don't remember what the map was. Stolen Seconds was in it. Don't Mess Up My Tempo was in it. The map that Chosen Reservoir is based off of was in it. Marengo, I think, was in it. It was either in it or it got brought into it. You can look up what the oldest map is. I think that the oldest competitive map might be Caustic Finale. That's like still being used. That's 2008. When I was playing the new map that came into rotation was the garden map, the garden house map. It was very... It was the Garden House map and the World's End map were the two maps that came into rotation when I was playing. Both not well received maps, to put it somewhat lightly. But you could always tell when a new map came in because it's the only map you would be playing on. Oh, the Static was another one that was when I was playing. And of course, Scavenger. Yeah. Yeah, Cosmic Finale was rotated out, but it'll come back, I'm sure. It's been rotated in and out before. There's been some maps that stuck around for like a year. I do not know why this artillery, why it wasn't artillery fire. Maybe just wants to move this artillery. All right. Let's see if this rocket gets anything done. And the rocket was definitely a spicy buy. Grim does still have a full power bar here. The tank count's looking a little miserable for sure. Is the Vumbolt Sturm matchup a tough one for Sturm? It can be, if you're not a very confident Sturm player. I've done very well in it though, historically. But if you just try and do a tank fight with Von Bolt as Sturm, then it will be a tough game. You gotta leverage that perfect movement for your indirects and stuff. I don't know if I've ever casted one. A lot of my old games are lost to time because no one saved the replay, including me. The replay scene just wasn't very big then. You don't want Von Bolt to deny your tower? Yeah, usually you'll be okay. Sturm gets the towers first. For the most part. You got a Grim Neo tank. That's a lot of firepower. You got a Von Bolt vs. Sturm game in your folder of games to submit to me? Alright. Unfortunately, you can only be on at most 2 live games at the same time. Ah, poor Fluffy. Just 2 live games? Well, we'll see if the Neotank gets anything done. Jess went for a rocket as well. A rocket off. I hate this YouTube heart that always blocks. You can handle 1. Okay. It's way better than me. I can handle 0 games. Exactly. 1 live league match is 1 too many. You would challenge the Grim Neo with a Jess MD. I mean, you can do that if you're feeling cheap. Just make sure you always have a power ready. Try and zone the Neotank. Let's say it's on planes. Your power active. Yeah, you knock it down to 3 probably. Planes on planes. You knock it down to 3 and knocks you down to 7. It's definitely a good trade. It's on road. Still no 1 shot. With the super, still no 1 shot. A free dude. Talking about this guy? Definitely got some backup. Using the inspect element trick. This isn't... I can't inspect element because this isn't on the page. This is the chat in my Streamlabs window. Even there, it brings the heart with it. It's not even the... It says sign in the chat below you guys, but it would bring me to a different page. It's us. Looks like someone's base just got locked down. No. This is Streamlabs recording itself. To get the freshest of the chat. You see exactly the chat I see. So how is Jess going to deal with this artillery lock on the base? Get chat out of the oven. I've done chill games with viewers. And I'll probably do some more in the future. But I'll have you know, those chill games with viewers are very rarely chill games. I mean, they're still chill games, but like half of them will be against Fluffy. Most people won't show up for their games, and Fluffy will take their spot. I've got no problem with playing against Fluffy. Fluffy just beats me up all the time. Even with the base lock, do you think Jess has got this? I was just gonna deal with the base lock though. I mean, you probably just build an artillery, honestly, because your artillery heals. Like they hit you, you heal up to 5, you fire back. Even if they pop their power, I guess they're super, to one-shot you, you're like, whatever, and you just build another one. Because the fire back will be good, because they don't repair, right? Oh, don't worry. I was letting people schedule their 1v1s with me. It's just that people wouldn't show up for them. Well, some people. Well, like, I'd say 60% of the people did. Convenient base skip. Apple. Just don't got this after that arty blunder. Oh no. It depends on how Grim decides to defend the Neo tank, right? Because it could definitely get surrounded and have 2 artillery stare it down. Oh, it was. I would have set days I'd play in a list of players I'd be playing against in order. I'm holding an apple. No apple. No apple. Oh, we put the bow tie on. It's no longer a chill day. I have a feeling the Jess medium tank just got nom. A lot of infantry movement down here. This is a little gutsy for. I mean, just can go blam. Blam, copter hits copter. Session in the war room. We'll see about that in the future. There's people that play a lot more war room games than I do. Fred is the first infantry, and Fred is the first turn advantage balancing infantry. You sometimes forget you're in a live game, Fluffy? Oh no. This does look pretty rough though. The surround play on the Neo tank. It might still be doable. You just like surround it with anti-airs, but I don't think there's a way to kill all the tanks off so the Neo tank can get saved. Anti-air attack, anti-air. The anti-air killed the mech, I guess. Might not even be worth it. The war room in Days of Ruins probably one of the best parts of that game. No insults meant. Now it's even more relevant to building a killer. Now it's a defense boost. Grim doesn't have the super available. Yeah, that entire war room overshadowed by one Andy line forever. That's true. That's true. It does revive the dead. It does have enemies give advice to each other and stuff like that. It's a magical war room. Can't deny it. Yeah. Those indirect bombers. The Grim Neo tanks are out on the field of battle. Indirect bombers are real. Indirect bombers aren't real and they can't hurt me. Ooh, look at this. Fancy. Take the city back immediately. Love to see it. We're gonna try and hide the rocket here. Doesn't. It almost works. Maybe it does work. Very sad Neo tank. The tank goes. Take this out, and then the copter goes around and then smacks, and then the copter's blocking the Neo tank from hitting the tank. Getting a battleship into the lake is definitely quite the task, and Flack does it. Can you remember what is a strategy? I kind of like in Days of Ruin when Will just tells the main lady, I forget her name, but she's like, I think my name will be this, and Will's like, no, your name is this. Just the audacity to choose to both reject the name someone says they have and to just give them another. Isabella, yeah. I forget which name she says she has, though. Isabella's the name that Will gives her. Yeah, we've got arty chains here. Far less effective. Every Days of Ruins character goes and touches the virus flower, yet Flack is the dumb one. Was that going to be your name? I just remember finding it hilarious. Oh, what? Just didn't hit the rocket. Lucky Grim. We're only on day 18, so not really a fight for the day limit right now. There's I mean, maybe one day they'll come out with a more current version. For history's sake. You're Tasha's ancestor? Okay. What makes you Tasha's ancestor? Played Days of Ruin just out of spite for the Days of Ruin haters? You've never played Days of Ruin? You were very much against it when it came out? Angsty teen? Oh, I see. I mean, they did change a lot. It's like a weird combination of gritty military war game and anime. Instead of overly bubbly and cheerful war game. Decided to go with another medium tank, huh? And Grim's doing, or Jess is doing pretty well in that left section there. Days of Ruin is how you're introduced to Advance Wars. Yeah. The Grit and Gloomy. The Grit and Gloomy is just so much worse. I'm not quite sure why Grim was so determined to kill off that copter. I guess it worked out. Grim is an entirely serious and fully fleshed out character. Hello, Cherry Rider. I also have a problem with the Days of Ruin CO mechanics. I think they're a lot worse. I also really don't like the experience system. Ranking up and stuff. I mean, it's fine in the campaign, but I think it's a bad system for competitive play. I'm a bigger fan of there being like comeback mechanics rather than more win more snowball-y things. See, Connor, I hate both of those things. I hate them both. I don't like that it's baby fog. I don't like the ranking up. I think it's fine in the campaign. Both of those are fine in the campaign. I just don't like it in competitive. I really like spendability of your units. Savages, that is. You make a good point about the color thing. I should have done this. There we go. Look, oh, that's so much easier to see. Penguins have entered the game. I was just going to defend the bottom right. And the rocket probably has to just run away. Yeah. Oh no! Yeah, you gotta be... Uh-oh. That's not good enough defenses for the rocket. Might have had to run down this way. Yeah, I think I had to run straight down. The two worst advanced words by web factions for colorblind. I don't know. It's probably, if you're like red-green colorblind, that might be green Earth versus orange star because the infantry looks so similar. It was kind of cool. I still stand by that the Days of Ruin campaign was nice. The only real problem I have with the Days of Ruin campaign is that it takes forever to unlock all the mechanics. It takes like 20 missions before you have your CO powers. Kind of absurd. Oh, Grim did not go for the kill on the rocket. I guess it would have been pretty painful with the medium tank there. Ooh, but Grim is going to go for both comm towers. Another reason to just go south with the rocket over the comm tower. It's nice that Days of Ruin has a story. I guess Jess can always interrupt this with tank. It'll be a little bit of a sacrifice for the tank. Just save the comm towers, probably. Very sad for Jess that this is an injured infantry. I guess it wouldn't matter too much because the Neotech does save the base. Although it saves the base at the cost of being shot by artillery. Oh, whoa, hi Zeratul. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for reviewing my game last night. Though retired from the game, I still enjoy the streams. Hot take, game needs to balance COs and change metas to keep the game interesting. I can definitely see where you're coming from there. I don't know if the game needs to do that to keep the game interesting, because the current way the game does that is by coming out with new maps that essentially on a map by map basis balance the game, because like different COs and different units are better on different maps and strategies and stuff like that. That is the weirdest choice of that tank. I mean, I know it doesn't get hit by the rocket, but don't give up the comm tower. So I would prefer to focus on giving more map makers tools to keep things fresh and interesting. But I can see where you're coming from there. Yeah. New COs could be fresh and interesting, but I think that starts to reach the point of wanting to instead just have a different game, which might be a thing that happens in the future. Yeah, the lab unit mechanics is something that's like used a lot in the Chinese servers, from my understanding. But it's just a completely disabled function. I imagine they could enable it. Oh, coppers go down here. Sad days. I'm also not 100% sure which new COs we'd want to add to the game. That's a spicy Neotech hit. Into an artillery. Instead of the copters like opposed, I guess. This artillery is just kind of sad. It really wishes it was up a single tile. Oh, okay, it's not so sad now, I guess. I guess they shoot the mech. Shoot that Neotank or the anti-air. Shoot the tank. I think most of the good COs have been made, at least with the current game mechanics. Well, Commander Wars is of course a fun game. It has a lot of COs. The things that Commander Wars has going against it is it doesn't have the best online play. It doesn't have like matchmaking, and it does require to have an application where Advanced Wars by Web is just a website. It gets a lot out of just being a website. A lot of accessibility. What, Tiny Wars? Yeah, Tiny Wars has also gone down a similar route to Commander Wars is, from my understanding, where there's a lot more custom content. I think it does come at a cost. Jess has got a very nice income lead here. And now the day limit's getting closer. It's 9 days to go. So Grim does have to get the ball rolling. Huge losses around this base, which is very painful. If Grim was to take these last turns over again, I think Grim would not send all these Neotanks and stuff up here, and instead just go for a base trade situation. Like send the Neotanks down here with this huge army of infantry and rocket. Take this base. Because Grim's going to save this base. It's just like at a huge cost. And then the day limit's really going to start being relevant. Why no tank plus RD support menu? So in Act 2 you play as their son? What's their son? Is that the anti-tank? I know what you're talking about though. You're talking about the Fire Emblem relationship system where you like pair your generals together so that they'll have children, and then you have their children be your new units. In a totally not at all creepy or serious, guys. It's all for fun. Fun way. I mean, I could see there being some fun if there's a relationship system with the units that just doesn't matter. But like if a unit gets hit and then you have another unit come in and attack the attacker, your two units will have a little heart appear above their heads. They'll be like, yeah, we bonded, but it just doesn't change anything. Fire Emblem Pokemon breeding is intense. It's true. We all know it would just be Megatank. They'll be like, this is our child, Megatank. It's so slow, but it just doesn't die. I think there was a fan game, it's like Project Sunrise or something, that brought some Days of Ruin COs into Advance Wars, and it was in one of the first Discord cups I played in, it was an option to play that game mode rather than advanced horsepower. Mega tank. That's horsepower. Defend peace. Defend peace. Project Sunrise might be. Defend peace sounds like such an American name. Maybe like a War for Peace would be a more American name. Project Sunrise is an unrelated, canceled project. Gotcha. For Quack Cup, I wouldn't give them a stat boost. I think giving the stat boosts is not good for competitive. You can do that in like a campaign if you want, but just having them have hearts is fine. Then there's the drama of the units dying and stuff. Project Sunrise is supposed to be the opposite of Advanced Wars. Oh, Defend Peace is supposed to be the off. Oh, I see. Advance as in like walking forward. Defending is the advance of the opposite of advance. It'd be simple peace, right? Because that's not what advance. Or maybe it'd be game piece. Or it is the Game Boy Advance. Or color piece. Game Boy Color came first. Yeah, it was a Discord Cup. It was before there was the online. Well, it was before the current era of online website run tournaments. Primitive piece, that would work too. Stop piece. There you go. Retreat piece. Stop piece would be good. Nokia. Imagine Wii Wars. Oh, if they did Wii Wars, but like they just made all the units 1/3 the scale. Like it's Wii Wars. You'd have your own like your I forgot what they were called, but your little Wii emojis. You get your little soldiers. Their bobbly heads. I've never played Valkyrie Chronicles, so maybe. I'm surprised. Oh, okay. I guess that works too. I was gonna say I was surprised they just didn't attack from the mountain, but that also works. Just to have more tires brought over. We only got 7 days. Grim has to capture quite a few properties here. Just gonna run out of infantry. To the battalion wars. Grim can try and do like a Hail Mary push for the HQ, maybe. Because they captured like 4 properties. I guess that's possible. It's possible. Or we'll do it. I think. Yeah. Brutal battle going on there. I've had my own ideas popping around for what I would want to do for a turn-based strategy game. Maybe one day I'll make a little design document and see if I can hire people to make. Well, we'll see. We'll see. The triple artillery was enough to convince him not to build anything. Isn't that Battalion Wars? Isn't Battalion Wars a third-person Advanced Wars shooter? Or is that why you're saying it? No. Well, there's also a capture limit. Wow. Okay, so if Jess gets 3 more cities, the game will just end. I mean, next turn there's potentially this, and this being captured. Or starting to be captured. I've never played Battalion Wars. I've just seen some screenshots. You had a friend who enjoyed Battalion Wars? I've heard it did not perform well, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not good. Brave need a tank. Oh, it's super GG. Just kind of whether or not Jess can win before the day limit makes her win. You prefer a Company Heroes game with some Advanced Wars mechanics? What? Battalion Wars. Surround on the copter, or just block it off, maybe? That was just the stuff. A lot of tanks over here. That's gotta be a misclick. An attack. I had a friend that really enjoyed Halo Wars for a bit there. But that's... I don't know if that's more of what you're thinking about. I'm thinking of there. The tank did not fire. It just wanted to scare the infantry. Some mass sacrifices going on here. Oh, it's super over. I think the rocket buy from Grim here was a really rough tempo blow. But I think Grim had a very strong start. Yeah, I'll watch another. We'll watch another game after this. Now, what I've been thinking about is more of a throwback style to war games, where everyone submits their moves at the same time, and then they all take place at the exact same time. You don't have to deal with like first turn advantage and stuff like that. You get to deal with fun stuff like units bouncing, but I think it could be good. Yeah, I'm thinking about like the old games that my dad used to play by mail, where you would send your moves to the like I want to say director of the game, and then the director has all the moves happen, and then reports go back. But sticking with the more advanced style units, you just be like, tell where everything's going to move, what builds, and then everything just happens for everyone at the same time. Turn switches. So we're going to go with a victory by rout rather than victory by capture, but just had the option for either. A very strong start by Rim in that game. Tough matchup for sure. Killer Jays, here we go. Love Supreme. Grim had the advantage until the point he lost all those Neo tanks. Yeah, there could have been going for a corner swap rather than trying to save the base. Two old men yelling at each other with their extra stats. Really strong attack from Fronted here into Killer Jays. A lot of pressure put on a poor little one base here. But the center looks like it might be stronger for Killer Jays. We'll see. Does tank get involved? Oh, okay. This tank can get involved. So we got quad tank against tank, artillery. I mean, quad tank usually wins that. There is a medium tank on the way to help in the back. So there's definitely some help on the way. I mean, quad tank usually wins that in this kind of situation where you can hit all the tanks. I don't have any colorblind issues, but there are viewers that have some colorblindness, and this was reported to be the best country matchup for that. We'll see if Killer Jays even wants to attack with this tank. Probably not, because right now this artillery does absolutely nothing. Yeah, and if you go for this attack, you have a little trade of tanks, but then this artillery suddenly gets a target. So it's you get like a little tank trade, but you activate an entire unit. Here's just teal versus amber. That might work too. Yeah, so long as the teal isn't too blue, you would want red blue color blend. Green versus the world. As you're playing White Nova, and you put your opponent as Purple Lightning. Still think it's a pretty strong attack by Trinit on the right side, but man, the central fighting is looking very nice for Killer Jays. Definitely a full retreat is in order. Killer Jays is gonna get a nice property advantage. I just noticed on this map, there's no comm towers. Interesting. In High Funds, there's comm towers here. I'm not going to change them because this is my color combo. And I mean, the other plus side to this color combo is it's the penguins. Tank doesn't KO on a city even with a third hit. 3 tanks do KO. You mean tank infantry? It's just for fun test. I gotta stand by my penguins. It's all fun and games till the penguins get threatened. I think there's a chance you can get the kill with tank infantry. Maybe, but it's rough out there. No comm tower is even possible. We can check. What we want is... Ooh, is there a tank on the city? There is. Okay. So we'll max roll it. So we did 41. Knock it down to 6. Hit for 50. So we knock it down to 1 and it has 9 health. And the infantry do 9. Yes! You just got a max. It's not even a max roll on the infantry. Look at that. You got 3 whole luck points to spare there, specifically on the infantry. The tanks just have to max roll. Easy peasy. I mean, the second one can hit +8 instead of +9. That'd be fine. Wait, did they have a comm tower in that? No, no comm tower. Every time vulnerable tank survives tank infantry, all you see is the French guards from Monty Python. Yeah, they're gonna usually survive that. Fluffy is in jam or jelly? You're starting to use the pain keys as well. Nice, nice. Fluffy, are you going to be using the slimes once they're out and playable? The Fluffy game is funny. I didn't even see the Fluffy game as an option. Fluffy usually has very good games. Very, oftentimes stally. Whoa, you might stick with the penguins. Wow. I thought for sure you were gonna go slime it up. Oh, it's unranked. Oh, you see, I'm just looking at the ranked games. That'd be why.
Access granted.
You're doing Sonya runs. Unranked games are oftentimes bangers. It's true. Slime it up, brother. You're enjoying it. Okay. Word of warning for those mega games. They take forever. Forever. They often get ruined because ruined's a harsh word. They're often hurt by the fact that people will drop. I am surprised that Killer Jays did not interrupt this capture. I would have been fine with having this infantry do the interrupting and then use the tank to kill this infantry. If that's how Killer Jays wanted to go about that, and then have like the copter or maybe the tanks on the next turn can finish this guy off. Hey, the Sonya counterattack is doing work. Five ever, this one more than forever. I did not submit anything. What would I submit? I already have my penguins. penguins with crowns. If I submitted penguins with crowns and then they won just because of me, I bet we would see Walker make an executive decision to reject it. Hey, just living that classic life, surviving on those forests. Welcome to Von Bolt v. Von Bolt, no comm tower. Faction rejected. Go7 to advanced Wars by Web jail. I know. That's right. Isn't the theme like historical? It is historical, though. I'm part of Advanced Wars by Web history. It's fine. Penguins are historical. It's a fact. Penguins have existed in history for a long time. Or geographical. Penguins are definitely part of geography. They have lore. I mean, there's a penguin officer that came about from World Wars. I don't know if it was World War I or World War II. I mean, there's a lot of historical merit, but no, I didn't submit that. Although now I'm wishing I did. Penguin officer was Go7's grandfather. It's what's their name? Major General Sir Nils Olaf, Baron of the Bavay Islands, Scotland. There's been multiple generations. Is it Scotland or I thought it was Norwegian? Norway. Not Scotland. Oh, he's currently living in Scotland. But he's Norwegian. The Cold War? Started in 1972. Okay. It's still history. It's true. It's true. It's 3 generations now. Magma, what's your country of origin there? Is that the mounted guard route? Penguins do have lore as well. It's true. March of the Penguins was historically one of the most successful documentaries of all time. I didn't know that was true. I haven't even watched it. I don't have to watch it. I live it. I'm Penguin. My penguins be marching all the time. Canada. Canada could be a faction for sure. You've got rocks and trees and trees and rocks and 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 water. That's this map, right? You got rocks and trees and rocks and water. That's the whole map. In Canada. What's the name of that band? Arrogant Worms. There you go. Yeah, you can change the player colors now, which is nice. It is a pincer attack within a pincer attack. It's true. Mountie faction, Maple Leaf, GG's. I mean, I don't see their... You can make your infantry look however you want them to look like. So you might as well make them Mounties that are actually mounted. I mean, we got Slimes. Slimes don't even have feet. Arrogant Worms was the Canadian band. Arrogant Worms have got some great songs. I'd vote for the Mounties. I'd probably also vote for the Winged Hussars. I guess the Navy SEALs could take another run at it too. You're hoping work will ease up here soon. Oh no. Yeah. Work can take up a lot of time. I mean, someone might do a no German submission, but I don't think it would ever make it to the light of day. Dinosaurs are also historical. That's true. That's true, King Rex. They're kind of prehistorical. That still counts, right? Banished to the Shadow Realm. Prehistoric is valid. Okay, okay. The Dinosaur Country is one of my favorites. A Greece faction would be cool. Yeah, we kind of already have a Roman faction, which is obviously not the same as a Greece faction. But very similar in its like architecture. Of course, I'm only talking about ancient there. You could do more modern takes, and that would make more sense. Viking faction? What? Why'd that anti-air dive in? Killer Jays, there's a mech! No! There's a mech! And tank. Well, at least another anti-air got built. Good. 2 copies over there already. A Celtic army. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. I know the artillery doesn't even have to move. It can just fire on the opposing artillery and everything. It's a little weird move there. Hey, can't hear us. It's wearing AirPods. Oh no! And there's also a medium tank, right? It reaches, yeah. There's so many things that can hit this poor anti-air. The mech is hiding behind the mountains. The anti-air can't see it. Well, I guess this artillery kind of dissuades the medium tank and tank. I mean, not really. It kind of dissuades. I mean, the medium tank on a city, bomb bolt. I don't think it super cares if the artillery fires on it one time. It mostly cares if it gets fired on twice, I think. Yeah, like look at that. Okay. I'm not as thrilled with Trunit's choice here. Just because this does activate this medium tank. And both activates this medium tank, and now this medium tank has to be a little wary about being trapped in here. Luke got a Global League A3 match on Splintered. Tank and anti-air flipped. I could see that. I think the anti-air really wanted to guard. Doesn't. I mean, this artillery better not abandon its post. It's helping make sure that city doesn't have infantry stand on it or something. Like that. Or I guess the anti-air. No, the anti-air doesn't cover. Killer is dead. Okay. Gotta be a little bit careful with an attack like this, because It's very easy for this army to front shift just right over here, and then suddenly you're trapped between double base and then a standing army. Yeah, you could attack the anti with the copter. That would be fine. Actually, no, you can't, right? Because this actually covers this. Yeah, this actually covers. That would not be fine. You could do a knight army. Infantry's using repeater crossbows. You'd have a Napoleon army. Napoleon era army, at least. Caveman army. Oh, with feet-powered tanks? That would be very good. I would vote for the caveman army with feet-powered tanks. I know they haven't been able to customize the tanks, but if these treads were just feet, that would be amazing. It'd be Golden Knights. It would be the Flintstones, yeah. Just feet powered everything. Corridon? I don't know what that is. You guys are getting pretty close to these supers. Could end the game on the spot. Arm-powered helicopters. They just have their little hands poking out. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, Corridon is the legendary Pokemon from the newest Pokemon games. He represents the past. Oh, yeah. I've played all the mainstay Pokemon games except for the most recent ones. Scarlet and Violet. I also haven't played any of the Pokemon Rangers or Mystery Dungeons. Steampunk army, yeah. Miraidon. Oh, that's a refresh, so we don't have to look at the capturing infantry. Fluffy was supposed to lose but didn't. Congratulations, Fluffy. In Japanese, aha. Tinker and Gnome army, that could be cool. I would also send the copter first. That might have been a split-second decision there. I also wouldn't have attacked over here. I would have taken this army. I would have slammed down here. Because this one's kind of out of position to punish. You screwed up. Oh, no. You're okay. Be a very sad copter. Yes, friend shifting is a very effective and evil strategy. Yeah. Literally past dinosaur and future dinosaur. I see, I see. Cowboy army. I mean, a lawyer army could be pretty fun. They're just walking around with different levels of books. If you've just got a single book, they point at you, object. The mechs just have a ton of books or papers. Lawyer army, that's a sign of the end times. We don't know what powers these vehicles, Chariot Rider. I like to think these are all solar powered. It's a very eco-friendly war. They're biodegradable, solar powered. They're plants. If the tanks are solar powered, why is their fuel icon a Jerry meant for holding liquid? Because it's solar liquid. It's liquid sun. Scooped up. It's plasma sun. There you go. Right from the surface of the sun. Yeah, the units don't die. Well, I mean, the penguins don't die. The other units do die. The penguins just throw down a flash bomb and hang out on the sidelines cheering on their friends. But the penguins themselves don't pull their punches. That's true. In Wargroove, the dogs don't die, they run away. Fluffy, quickly, have an apple! Have an apple! You were making this work. Why? It's just the facts. It's just the facts. Everyone's dying but the penguins. Why are these penguins being led by human COs? I agree. I think we should have a custom CO art, and there should be a penguin version of every CO. Have a good night, Fluffy. Promise the food. You could very easily just replace Von Bolt's face with a penguin inside the mask thing. There's an extension to replace the CO portraits. You'd like to see a penguin commander like as a separate legitimate commander? I did I did make a custom Penguin Commander. Oh, that's probably not what you're thinking. And it's in Commander Wars if you want to play it. It's day to day. It was the special ops penguin, so it does special ops things. Its day to day is that its units repair on opposing CO's properties as if it were their units. So at the start of their turn, when they do their repairs, they'll repair your unit on their city and pay the costs. That's the day to day. The normal power was all terrain stars get inversed or negated. They turn negative for everyone for the turn. And the super was kill all units on all production. Or delete all units on all production. You can't play as them in Advanced Wars by Web. You'd have to play it on Commander Wars. You got it. No. Bam, bam, bam. And then the question is, can they magnet away yours? Because we might get like that silly situation where the Von Bolt super lands here and then the opposing Von Bolt super lands right here. Well, Advanced Wars by Web is much more strict in being more true to the source material and being focused on being a competitive game. Currently, I'm working on they're getting some more like custom or at least new tiles, new terrain features for maps. Though there's pushback on that as well. So we'll see if that happens. Okay, well, it definitely looks like the Von Bolt Super is going to land here. Remember, the Von Bolt Super only cares about dealing damage. It doesn't care about the health of the unit. So as long as it can deal 3 damage, there's no difference. So this 4 health medium tank weighs the same amount as this full health medium tank. Bam. So we do indeed have stun. Except that this stun will get undone first. And the artillery will fire. Spaghetti code. I'm trying to push some changes. We'll see. It's going to be an uphill fight. I am luckily one of the most patient people on the planet. I mean, one of the most patient penguins on the planet. So I'm sure it will happen eventually. A little weirded out by that anti-air attack. There's Copter can always hit here. If the anti-air attack from here, then it can. No, the map position is going to matter first. like. It scans it. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm prepared to be wrong. We'll test it. Ooh, I was wrong? What? And then that overtakes it. Okay, well done, content. The HP is a faster, a harder tiebreaker. So, I mean, they do weigh the same. But if they're exactly even, then the tiebreaker goes down there. Interesting, interesting. No, it goes after. That's only the only missile that does that is the Sturm Meteor. If we change this to Sturm Super, that will always land here because it's like, oh, look at this, way more value in health than these guys. But if it's or the Storm Normal, probably both do the same. But if you do it the Von Bolt, then it will aim up here because it cares about the damage it deals. Same as you do with the. Same with the Rachel one. I assume this one will also tie break with health. Interesting. Good to know. Back to the game. We get a little update as everything moves that we missed. You learned that. You actually learned that the hard way. I don't know about going to a 5-star terrain tile. I think the 4-star HQ is good enough. Good night, Chariot Rider. Yeah, I can see the the traditionalist thing. It has its ups and downs. It means that like change is very difficult, but it also does maintain a level of quality to the game. Yeah. I know the website says that. The website says a lot of things. It targets the highest value it deals. That's why, like, sometimes you'll see a medium tank, or not a medium tank, a battleship get built. Yeah, content. I just tested it, actually. You missed it. Oh, no. But yeah, it does. It is the tiebreaker. And that's good to know. It's only going to come into play if both targets are exactly the same in value. The dogs go to Wargroove. They have a dog commander. Your internet lagged. No. Yeah, I showed off how the Sturm missile targets differently, the Sturm Meteor and everything. But that is very good to know. One of these days you will learn and remember the missile rules. One day. I mean, the map planner, or the move planner, does remember it for you. When you're playing live, oftentimes you won't use it, so you'll just do it all in your head. And in those cases, it's good to know the rules. There's a very nice second super by Killer Jays over here. For sure. The move planner can plan missile magnets for you. See, if I want to make a magnet, if I'm Killer Jays, I'm like, oh, it's hitting here. I don't want it to hit here. What happens if I move my medium tanks like that? It's still hitting there. Well, maybe if I build a Neo tank over here, and then I move my copter over, and I guess I'll have to retreat with this artillery. Oh my gosh, it's super wide to hit over here. I'll bring a copter back. Hey, now it's hitting over here. And you just kind of test around with that, or you move stuff out of the way so you don't double. That's how you do it. Usually you do the attacks, you try and like space out your units, you do the attacks you care about, and then you make the magnet after. I mean, it doesn't tell you where you should put the magnet. That's true. Or how to make it. But it will show you, you know, how effective your magnet's going to be and stuff like that. There's some guy behind you all of a sudden. Be mega doomed without it. Oh no. Sneaky Dragon, why is there some guy behind you all of a sudden? It sounds very ominous. For people that don't know, Sneaky Dragon is a Wargroove player and content creator. Highly recommend checking out his stuff. You're fighting someone named some guy behind you. Oh no. Sneaky Dragon is named after a unit in Wargroove, and that unit is called a dragon, and is known for being an assassin player. The play style, because in Wargroove, you lose the game if your HQ gets killed, or if your commander dies. So there's a whole play style around finding ways of just killing your opponent's commander. And one of the best ways of doing that is using a dragon to hit it. Dragons are like bombers in this game. They're very fast, and they do critical damage to anything that's on a road. So if your opponent's commander is on a road, a dragon flying in from nowhere, from out of nowhere, will usually end the game pretty quick. Fun fact. We don't really have assassin play style so much in Advanced Wars by Web. I guess the closest thing would be the Sammy Victory March. More stealth. So in Wargroove, Dragons in the Dark takes a whole new meaning, yeah. find a really good attack against Von Bolt, but it will charge Von Bolt to full, so you just be sad and walk away instead. Oh no. That can happen with missile COs. I think a lot of people learn that kind of situation from fighting Rachel, where they go in for an amazing attack against Rachel, but their entire army is grouped up to do it, and then they just get triple nuked on the front lines and lose the game. It might turn into an HQ race, Shadow. Not wrong. Fighter's better than stealth. Just make maps where specifically made this group for missile COs? Yes. Some people seem to do that. Anytime there's pre-deployed transports or multiple ones, that is kind of designed, maybe not designed for that purpose, but it does mess with missile COs. They don't really want to be hitting transports, and transports are fairly pricey units, so they can be used in magnets very easily. Especially landers. They cost 12,000. As much as 2 artillery. Yeah, sometimes when you're fighting a missile CO, especially Von Bolt or Sturm, rather than Rachel, because Rachel does have 3 different missiles that fire, but sometimes what you'll do is you'll do a big attack, and then you'll buy a useless, like, battleship or a mega tank way back on your bases, or a carrier. You know, as long it just whatever hits that required price to move their super away from your fighting forces. Ooh, someone ran out of time. Energies is also really low on time, though. You found someone made an anti-Rachel map where there's a landlocked, massive, expensive units in the corners, and all the cities were placed into ghosted ports. You can always delete those landlocked massive units, though, unless they're from like a third player who's just sitting there ending turn after turn. Cooling game indeed. 45 seconds left in Killer Jays' turn. So in these situations, which I can speak from experience because I may have been in this kind of spot many times, the most important thing is to make sure that you keep producing units. Because usually, at least if your units are standing on the field, for the most part, they'll get a counterattack in when they get attacked, so it's at least something. But if you just don't build anything, then the game will quickly turn against you. Okay. An auto end turn. If people didn't know, there was some semi-recent change that said when you run out of time for your turn in live, it just ends your turn. Where it used to be, it would end your turn the first time, and the second time it happened, you would lose the game. That's no longer the case. Now it will just forever end your turn, back and forth. Unless you don't move anything. It also used to be really weird because it would only detect to end your turn at like a random interval every minute. So when you would run out of time, there would be a warning timer that would pop up that would show you how much time until that interval actually happened. Sometimes you'd get like an extra minute onto your clock, essentially. Other times, you would just immediately hit that timer. Be sad. Kind of gamble for more time. It was not a great part of the game. Hope that got changed. Yeah, the unit count for Killer Jays is looking a little low. But the value's still looking fine. We're just gonna have a bunch of swings back and forth here. And I assume we're gonna get a Vombolt Super from Killer Jays, and then also one from Trinit. And good luck making a magnet when you're on what do you call it? Interval? Increment, when you're on increment. Super landed over here, hits both artillery. That's pretty rough. And the Neo Tank. So the Neo Tank can't defend over here. Makes his HQ very vulnerable. However, I think this is set up so that it's going to hit here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think the missile's going to hit here. We got 4 health, 8 health. Yeah. It's more the bomber alone right there. I know, Shai, you've had some really poor luck with getting to see your games live. You didn't know penguins can sneeze? Penguins can sneeze. The more you know. Oh no, Trinit didn't build another anti-air. Oh, okay, that might... Oh, it's not gonna be strong. That's very iffy. I'm pretty sure 8 health, 4 health infantry will kill this infantry. Bomber needs to fly in. Smack this anti-air. You might be in for some bomber spam. Unfortunately for Trinit, the attacks over here were mainly used to attack the stunned units. What you would prefer to do is you stun these units, attack the other units, so those units just don't get any reinforcements. So you kill off these units, these guys can't fire back that turn, and the next turn you can come over and finish these guys off. Because if you just attack them, the stunned ones, then it becomes more like it's just a missile that does 3 damage which is not a great super. The stun part you really want to take full advantage of if you can. I mean, if your only option is to just attack them, it's better than nothing. Oh, I hope that. Well, that might have been a big mistake. I don't know if 8 health plus an infantry can kill an infantry in the woods. I don't think it can. So I think it did take both 8 health and 4 health to kill this guy. Stun units can also make... Well, they can move through them, but they can't stand on them. Yeah, the bomber just has to run. It's a little tragic. If we got our 8 health, 4 health swing, kill this guy off and the bomber kills here, then Killer Jays can just build another bomber and it would be able to fight this whole army off. The 8 health anti-air can't even that effectively attack into a single bomber. I mean, it can, but it'll not kill the bomber. I was wondering how Trunant is ahead in income because, like, this is Killer Jays, this is Killer Jays. Both of these are Trunant, so I thought it'd be even. But then I realized somehow this city is Trunant's. Well behind enemy lines right now. Yeah, Killer Jays built a single Neo tank. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Killer Jays. You are not alone in playing slow. At least this is the Advanced Wars by Web clock and not the Wargroove clock that has no increment. That was the bane of my existence playing Wargroove. Slow players rise up. Yeah, the point of this infantry cap is to just draw vehicles to it, I think. Oh no. What is the plan here? This just needed to be swapped where the Neo tank went here, and then I guess maybe the bomber wasn't in a position where it could attack. I guess an artillery can stand here. Yeah, it's just a little oopsies. Killer Jays didn't realize about the forest, I think. Thought the Neo tank could make it onto the city. But kind of like in chess, where you make a mistake and you just call it a gambit. In Advanced Wars by Web, you make a mistake and you say it was for the charge. It's not a mistake. Killer Jays just wants to get the super faster. It's a bait. Using artillery to wall artillery. It's for charge. It's all calculated. Yeah, the one health battles are always very dangerous like that. Look at all that charge. Oh, so much charge. It's all about the charge. Every day I'm charging. That's only 10% of my real power. This, however, does not work. It's trying to be really cheeky, but the artillery here can break this. And then tank bomber can hit here, and then this neotank can kill this anti-air, and then there's no more anti-airs on this field. So Yellow's gotta build some. Yeah, you make a lot of plays to get charge. Yeah. Sometimes you do it on purpose. Sometimes it just comes to you. Oh no! No, this was supposed to shoot here. Well, it's okay, I guess. Timer stress. It's just a gambit. It's fine. You just want to get that infantry count lower. You know, use both artillery to shoot this one, and then the neotank kills this one. That's killing two whole infantry off. And you still got this guy around. You don't even have to use him. That's a pretty gutsy attack, I'd say. Ooh, I like that. I like that Hail Mary. I mean, Killer Jays, because of these plays, is gonna get the super first. It's pretty much guaranteed. 28 seconds left on the clock. I'm gonna play a tiny bit with fire. If this one health infantry gets the city, then that'll be amazing. Gets the artillery. Unit counts are starting to look real rough. You might be getting a Killer J Super next turn. If so, I think it's hitting. Honestly, it might hit here. Neo tanks are real pricey. Doesn't look like well, maybe some tanks attacking that possible. I don't know what that copter is thinking. Does copter take 2 chip damage? Or was that 3? What was that? Oh no, it was already at 2. It was already at 2. Never mind. Never mind. Ah, we didn't get the super. Yeah. If Truant lets you get this copter must be coming back. He did it! It was the little penguin that could. I mean, I would definitely use the 4 health copter to kill this off, or the 5 health tank. And it's gonna be like a 6k loss or something. But yeah, this looks super GG. The little penguin that could. We get the city though. There is no. Fortunately for Von Bolt in this game, there is no friendly fire on this. In the cartridges, there is. We did it! I believed in them the whole time. I mean, being down so many units is real tough. And the city's about to flip. I mean, this one is kind of close to it, but it is also probably going to flip. But it'll come down to whether or not Colored Eyes can hold this city and this city. Well, Yellow Comet tries to hold these two. I think there might be some sort of bribery going on here with this penguin. I think that guarantees that this city falls. Fortunate. Artillery getting stunned like that. Does have to be joint capped. There we go. Really, you wouldn't even joint cap this normally. You would just take the infantry off, so you have another unit, and then have a full heavy. No! The little penguin that could. I don't know how Killer J saves this. It's possible. This city is unsafe. Well, I guess that's where the joint cap mattered. Stops the bomber from. That penguin may not be Fred, but it holds a place in our hearts. It's true. No. The little penguin that couldn't. Don't say that. The little penguin did. It could, and he did. 1 health, taking that city all on his own. Dreamed the dream and lived it. Look at that, 1 minute 50 seconds still left on the clock. This Neo tank has just been running rampant over here. There's a penguin hero. Forever remembered. This is super GG. You've been panicking the last 10 turns? It's okay, it's okay. It can be hard to recover when you make even slight mistakes. The penguin did achieve what it strived for. It got that city, it had 1 hit point. The mental game aspect can be real rough. It can snowball you. But it's all good, it's all good. Classic live play, no time, all panic. It happens. It happens. Or you can be like me, and you make a very slight misplay, and then you just like sit there and analyze all the different ways you could have gone about it, and then run out of time. GG Killer Jays. GG Trunit. That was a good game. That was a good game. You keep treating live like Wargroove. You're trying to time them out, but they keep getting more time each turn. You can do that. You can just like make them run at a time, and then by just like playing really fast, and then they'll usually their moves will get worse. But GG. Well played. Well played. That's gonna. Yeah, that was a long game. We got 2 full live games in there. I hope everyone enjoyed. We'll be back on Friday with Advanced Wars by Web Replays, and then Saturday I'll be trying to play Ocarina of Time Randomizer. We'll see how that goes. Have a good night, everyone. Here is your apple, and thanks for watching.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's